Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Gemini energy. And we're going to kind of talk about how different people might harness their Gemini energy. You know, if you harness high vibe Gemini energy, you want other people who are on the same page as you. They harness high vibe Gemini energy. And we all have free will to harness Gemini energy regardless of what sun sign we're born under. So, high vibe Gemini is people who, you know, enjoy life. They work to have clear thinking and logic and reasoning. They've aligned with hope and faith and belief in their dreams. Gemini energy is a dualistic nature. You can align with your more worldly nature. You can make your life aligning with more with your fear or your insecurity or your pride or your ego or your selfishness or self-centeredness or, Gemini is about what am I going to align with that I believe I can manifest my dreams into reality. What's your dream? Is it being manipulative and controlling or loving? So let's go see what's going on in Gemini energy. We have the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess because of the Lovers. Well, high vibe people in their Gemini energy of the Lovers card align with learning lessons in life, growing and maturing themselves, and investing in listening to their intuition about people and things that they come into relationship with. And I view the King of Pentacles as Capricorn energy. In high vibe, that, shadowy Capricorn is represented by the devil, which is like our shadow nature. People who align with love align with putting in work and effort to free themselves from their shadow nature. I want to be free of the devil. I don't want my fear, my insecurity, my pride, my ego, my more immature, indulgent, selfish, greedy, self-centered, lazy nature to run my life. I want to be free. And in order to free myself, I operate from the energy of love, harnessing high vibe Gemini energy, because that's a Lover's card. I put work and effort into growing and maturing myself and learning lessons in my life. And I listen to my intuition to guide me about the relationships that I'm in. So, the relationships you are in, if those are romantic or friendship or family or whatever, you're investing being a mature, nurturing, stable, grounded, loving person, not acting petty and jealous and competitive and self-centered, because you're listening to your intuition. And the other people who are in relationship with you love being in relationship with people who live their life that way because that's how they want to live their life. And there's other people in their Gemini energy, they align with their more worldly nature secretly. And because they're more motivated by money and materialism and status and image, is to get in relationships that are good for their status and their image, or to make them look like they're very successful or very wealthy or whatever in life. And some people, the kings, can talk about, we all present ourselves certain ways in the world, and we all take action in the world in masculine energy because our more emotional, intuitive natures, like our hidden realm. So we can all present ourselves in the world as being stable, grounded, nurturing, mature, loving people. Everybody kind of tries to maybe do that, right? To get people to get in relationship with them. But we need to listen to our intuition about what they're aligned with. And some people are presenting themselves that way as being a loving, nurturing, stable, grounded person, but secretly it's them being more aligned with their more egoic nature. So, if you're in relationships, the King of Pentacles, because that represents Capricorn energy, it can also be jobs and things like that. So regardless of what's going on in your life, whether you're in romantic relationships or not, whether you're in a job or not, high vibe people are listening to their intuition. They're taking stable, grounded, balanced, loving, nurturing action in those workplaces and relationships. And they're kind of listening to their intuition about the people around them. And if their intuition is telling them that someone they are aligning with in a job or a relationship with, they're listening to their intuition about those people. What else is next for Gemini energy? There also, if some of you aren't in a romantic relationship, there might be someone that you're listening to your intuition about that you would like to be in a relationship with. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles because of the Knight of Swords. You could know that some people might be in situations in the world that seem very stable and grounded and abundant and everything, but you might know that or sense that the reason they could stay in those relationships is in the Knight of Swords, in their Gemini energy. For some of them, it's because they're defensive. And you might know that. The Ten of Pentacles can also mean like an established foundation in their life, like maybe their original family that they grew up with, or their friend group, or their social group. You might know some people who you speak the truth and defend harnessing high vibe Virgo energy. Ten of Pentacles is Virgo. Where people do work within themselves to gain insight and wisdom, to see the truth, to not, to keep operating in truth. I want to make decisions out of love. I don't want to make decisions out of fear and insecurity and codependency and greed or whatever. Your foundation is doing that work within yourself and speaking your truth, and all the other high vibe people in your life are doing that same work also. You might be speaking your truth to someone in your past who you know is more aligned with their egoic worldly nature. They harness more shadowy Capricorn and shadowy Virgo energy because in their Gemini energy, they have decided either I don't want to do love because I get hurt doing that, or love requires me to gain insight and wisdom for me to grow and mature myself, and I don't want to do that. Doing love would require me to speak my truth, and I don't want to do that. I would rather align with my more worldly nature, be in relationships with other people who are more motivated and driven by image or status or money or addictions or whatever. And I want to keep defending that type of relationship and be in relationship with other people who defend that way of living their life. And, we've all got free will, and, it takes different types of folks to make the world go round. And, it could be if you had been in a relationship or a job with someone and you realize that they are defensive of going within and kind of gaining insight and wisdom about their own fears or insecurities or self-limiting beliefs. You could be in the Six of Wands realizing you don't want to work there anymore, or you don't want to be in that relationship anymore. Eight of Swords, no longer up in your head about it. And why? Because of the Chariot. The Chariot is Cancer energy. The Chariot card talks about out of love for yourself, you get in the driver's seat of your life. You take the reins of your dualistic nature, and it's like, I'm not going to let my love for someone run my life off into the ditch. If they want to have people stay in relationship with them, in a relationship or a job, because of buying into the illusion of the ego and the image and the status or the power, I don't want to be in a relationship like that. I want to be in relationships with people who are grown and matured, people who are like emotionally balanced, not people operating from pride and ego and defensiveness, not people who hide that the reason they're not more nurturing and supportive and encouraging and balanced is because they are up in a mental prison about trusting other people or, love. So if you knew someone who is kind of prideful or egotistical, who is more about image and status, or would like to maybe move forward with you in a relationship or have you stay in that job, you might be saying no. In the Ace of Pentacles, to have a new beginning. Why? Because you're listening to your intuition and you have a dream and you're not willing to give up your dreams and stay up in a mental prison because of the image or the status or the money or the materialism. And if you have dealt with people who do live more from their mind than their heart, who create an illusion, they try to deceive and manipulate people about the truth of their foundation. They never do take bold creative action to get out of their ego nature. They might look very successful in the world or by worldly standards, but it's more of a facade. And you don't want to be in relationships with people like that. So you and the people in your life who are moving forward with you in life, and just in general, the other people in the world who don't act like that, are speaking their truth about workplaces and relationships and organizations and things like that in the world that present themselves as being very successful or very stable, or this is the way the world should operate. And you're saying that's not true victory. It's almost like people who are like that, again, it's about shadowy energy, is also represented by the devil. It's about trying to manipulate and control people, trying to play on people's fears and insecurities and self-limiting beliefs that people won't give up on this, they won't move away, they won't listen to their intuition. And shadowy people are sometimes counting on that, hoping you won't listen to your intuition, that out of your fear and your codependency and want for the money or the materialism or the status or the image or the job, that you won't go live your authentic life, that you'll give up on your dreams because they're offering you these things of the world. And it's like, you know what? I think I can go find a different job or a different friendship group or a different relationship or a different organization that doesn't present themselves one way, but behind the scenes are really a different way. I want people who are authentically themselves, who are bold and brave and confident, to be open and honest and authentic and, just and fair and truthful and honest. That, you know. So, what are the people in shadowy Gemini energy right now doing? They are presenting themselves as stable, grounded, nurturing, successful people in the world, but they don't want to get in the driver's seat of their life. They don't want to move forward in the energy of love, because then they'd have to let go of operating more from pride and ego and living more from their mind than their heart. They want to keep moving forward, either in a deceptive way, a manipulative way, or where they seem like the shining star in relationships or in that workplace. And they defend that way of living their life. And some of those people, when they have loving people leave their life because they don't want to keep indulging people who act like this in the world, those people, instead of like kind of growing up and maturing themselves and letting go of their ego and growing and maturing themselves and looking at life from a higher perspective, they keep defending how they live their life or how they run their business, and they communicate to other people who they think might be still kind of tempted by their more worldly nature, who maybe haven't learned and have some lessons to learn. And at every phase of our life, we have new lessons to learn. But with one relationship or one workplace situation or one friendship or organization, high vibe people have seen a truth that made them realize they wanted to move away from those people. And they are listening to their intuition, because their intuition is telling them that the people they're in relationship with are being deceptive and manipulative. They present themselves as being one way, but they're not. And those people are moving away. So the people who are either self-centered, egotistical, money motivated, ego motivated, don't want to grow and mature and change themselves, those people are going to go try to find someone else who they think seems very stable and nurturing, because they would be a good employee, they'd be a good person in a friend group, as a partner, but they're going to continue to hide that they align with defending their way of being in the world that could be quite stubborn, could be, I never self-reflect on why I do what I do. I just keep doing the same thing over and over. And I'm sure it'll work out eventually. I just need to find the right people. Or, basically, it can be I'm stubborn, prideful, egotistical, self centered. I don't want to see the truth about any of that. I have this certain way that I like to operate in relationships or in a workplace. I am unwilling to budge. I am unwilling to change. I am unwilling to take creative, inspired action in my life to deal with my own inner conflict about seeing life from a higher perspective and being more just and fair and balanced in a relationship. I want to keep doing things the way I've always done it. And some people's truth is that they are very materialistic. And if they don't believe in themselves that they can manifest their dreams into reality, if they were really to pursue the job that they really like or be in the relationships with people that they really like, they're going to kind of keep selling their soul to the world and in relationships. If those people are willing to give them money or power or status, even though it's something they don't enjoy, I'll do it anyway because they, in their mind, think the most important thing, instead of living your authentic life and living the life of your dreams and believing in yourself, it's all about the money and the materialism and the status and the image. And if there is someone else that they can get in a relationship who might have that status and image already, who they maybe think is kind of like them, that maybe isn't as motivated to listen to their intuition and love and believe in themselves, to believe in their dreams, that would stay in a relationship with them for the ego and the image and the status, so long as it looks victorious by worldly standards, even though nobody is taking bold creative action about their fears and insecurities and emotionally defensive nature that they have. So long as nobody's going to take creative inspired action about that, nobody's going to, everybody's just going to buy into the illusion of, look how successful we look. Those are the kind of people they want to be in a relationship with, and those are the type of people they want to invest in. Because then they can keep being in their shadowy nature. They can keep seeming like they're the star of the show. It's not them. That's not why people left this job. It's not because of me that people didn't want to be in a relationship with me. Look at me. Look how victorious and successful. I'm like a shining star in the world. So long as people are willing to buy into the illusion of who they say they are, and they're willing to move forward with them because by worldly standards it looks very successful, it'll work as long as the other people never start to invest time and energy to deal with their own mental conflict about dealing with people like this in relationships or the workplace. If those people ever do start, because people can move forward, why sometimes people would move forward in it because they haven't learned to love and believe in themselves. They haven't dealt with their issues that cause them their own inner conflict, and we could have all been there at different times in our life, and not dealing with some of their fears and insecurities about love, or worried about getting into a different job or a different relationship. High vibe people are kind of motivated and inspired to not carry around their baggage. Other people are inspired to never deal with their baggage, and they're going to drag it around with them all their life. If this person or these people get a new employee or get in a new relationship, they're always going to be hiding that they're fearful, because they know they're acting in a shadowy manner. They know that they present this illusion to the world and that they never deal with their inner issues. And they're always hiding that they're fearful because they're always afraid that people will deal with their own inner conflict about being in a relationship with them. Because part of the reason for kind of staying in the job or the relationship is because it does make people look very successful. But if it's not really based on love, and you get into that job or relationship and people seem to be defensive and guarded and kind of uninsightful and maybe kind of stubborn and unbudging, it causes other people some mental conflict to stay in that job or that relationship. But because the other people don't ever self-reflect to mature themselves or temper their own ego or temper their own fears. They just keep moving on, and it ends up seeming very superficial. And in shadowy Cancer energy, again, it can be people who present themselves as very stable and nurturing and loving and grounded and insightful, but you end up realizing that they kind of use their image and their status and their position or their authority or their looks or whatever, and they're really kind of being emotionally manipulative, and they don't like it when other people in the relationship or in that workplace kind of take some bold, brave, creative action to deal with some of their own fears and insecurities, because they're always afraid those people are going to leave. If those people don't buy into the illusion and they're not willing to hide their own mental conflict about the fact that these people aren't who they said they were, that they're kind of superficial and kind of defensive and manipulative, eventually they're going to leave. And the same story will happen over and over and over again. But right now, I think some high vibe people are leaving relationships and jobs or organizations or whatever. And the people in their life that listen to their intuition, who have gained insight and wisdom and dealt with some of their own fears and insecurities, the people moving forward with you in life aren't people who are prideful and egotistical. They're people who've really grown and matured themselves and who are emotionally balanced and are loving. And they're continuing to move forward in life, leaving behind people and jobs and relationships and organizations with people who try to maybe manipulate and control them. And the people who benefit from the system being that way, or that's how they like to be in workplaces or in relationships, those people are going to keep investing in their more egotistical way of viewing life instead of their more loving view of life, refusing to see life from a higher perspective, refusing to be more just and fair and balanced in the workplace, in the relationship, in the friendship group, in the organization. And if they have had, or they are going to be have people speak their truth and move away from them, they're going to continue to invest in the manipulation and the deception, trying to confuse people about the truth of why some loving, nurturing, supportive, bright, intelligent, because we're talking about Gemini energy of the mind, why those people left. They're going to invest time, energy, and effort into confusing people about the truth. So other people within that workplace or in that friend group or organization or family group won't see the truth that some people are defensive and maybe prideful and egotistical and think it's all about them and try to be manipulative and all that stuff in relationships and workplaces. And they're going to try to confuse people about the truth of that because they have an image and an ego to defend that, and they don't want to change how they live their life. So, you don't necessarily know all those people in the world. For some of you, you could have left one situation and spoke your truth and moved away. And when you were thinking of investing in something new with who you would like to work with to bring a dream into reality, there could have been someone else, not the person you moved away from, but there could have been someone else in your past that it's like, I think they would be a good person to work with. I think I'll communicate with them that, I learned some lessons in life. I moved away from some jobs and relationships I was in. I'm investing in a new beginning. I was wondering if you want to move forward with me. I don't know where you're at. I don't know if it's a job or a relationship, if you're in your ego. I don't know. I might have known you back in the day, but I don't really know where you are at now. Because over time, we can all succumb to be tempted to align with our more shadowy nature. And some people could have gotten caught up in the illusion of the world, and now they're caught up kind of in the ego and everything. Some people that you might communicate with you might also be might be willing to let go of things in their life that seem victorious, but that might have seemed more of an illusion where they were hiding that they were kind of in a mental prison because They maybe didn't know if what they were investing in was really based on love, or because they were maybe feeling manipulated. And some of those people might listen to their intuition. And as you're moving forward, they might come invest in you and say, I do want to come with you on that new venture, new journey. And I'm not willing to give up on my dreams either. And I'm listening to my intuition to guide me. Now, you got to listen to your intuition as you're moving forward in life, because we have a dualistic nature. We live in a dualistic world. Other people are trying, working from one side or the other. As you're moving forward in your life, there could be other people who try to stop you because they want to be in a relationship with you. But it stays right here. Let's not get in the driver's seat of our life. I don't want to get out of my ego. I am kind of all about the world or ego and image, and I want to be in a relationship with you because it'll be good for my ego or my image, and I'm basically kind of being deceptive and manipulative. And you got to listen to your intuition about that, speak your truth about your foundation and the lessons you've learned in life. And basically, I'm not in competitive energy and pride and ego. That's not why I want to move forward with people. I want to move forward in love, and that be the foundation of why I invest in new things. And the shadowy people might end up having to go back to where they came from because they see that they can't. When we're in our shadow energy, like our fear or insecurity, our more immature, indulgent, or competitive, or prideful, or egotistical, hurt, whatever nature, other people can come into our life and try to push on those buttons and play on our fear or insecurity or competitive, vengeful, envy, whatever energy within us to try to get us to get in a job or a relationship with them, but they never intend to really move it forward in a loving manner. It's kind of more for them to be the next person to indulge in a relationship with you. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. If you're not someone who sees life from a higher perspective, and you have inner conflict about being just and fair, I don't care how much money you offer me for the job. I don't care how much money you got, how good looking you are, whatever. I don't care. I want people who see life from a higher perspective, who are emotionally balanced people, people who have learned to offset their shadow nature with their loving nature so that they maintain control of their life. I don't want to be with people who keep indulging in, well, I'm going to be manipulative today, and I'm going to be prideful and egotistical and stubborn and selfish and greedy and whatever today. It's like, go find someone else. And you're going to listen to your intuition. If you did make an offer to someone, um, you know, if there is no, if people aren't communicating with you to tell you that they're willing to move forward with you, then we listen to our intuition about it. People show us every day kind of what they're motivated and inspired by, you know, what they have or haven't overcome in their life. And if there's people in our life that we wish would move forward with us, we don't stay up in our head about it and heartbroken about it, like, oh, I really wish they would work together with us. We just see life from a higher perspective. Everybody is where they're at. Everything happens for a reason. We can either stay stuck, but the divine wants us to keep moving forward. Sometimes the best way to motivate other people to get on board is by you not staying stuck over the fact that they're not moving forward with you. It's like, Selah, I hope it works out. I'm going to keep moving. I have a dream. You're either on board with it or you're not. And if you're not, I don't know. Everybody's got their own life. Everybody's got their own situations. I accept that it is what it is, and I'm not going to be in denial of the truth. And I'm going to keep listening to my intuition. I'm going to keep investing in my dream. We can let negative people, prideful people, selfish people, egotistical people, defensive people try to stop us from manifesting our dreams into reality. But isn't that the point of negative energy? Is to stop you from manifesting your dreams into reality? The divine has things they want you to bring into reality. The divine wants you to be in the energy of love, to love yourself, to offer love to other people. But if people aren't putting in the work and effort to be on the same page, to move forward in life, to let go of the past, if they have ways of being that they still defend that maybe aren't based on truth and love, well, then you're not on the same page. And you're going to go find the people who are. And then your dreams can really, because basically, if it was meant to come into reality, it would, in a way. And then you got to, like I say, you got to listen to your intuition, because some people can come in and it's like, look, I'm going to offer you the world. I'm going to give it to you all. Oh, one caveat though, you can't move forward in love and your dream won't come into reality. That's like the devil, right? I will give you all the things of the world. It just won't move forward in the energy of love, and it won't be really what your dream was. But you have all the things of the world. Do you want to keep this job? I'll give you all the things of the world. It just won't be your dream. It won't be based on love. People will be deceptive and manipulative. People will be prideful and egotistical. People will be, you'll be up in your head most of the time. But you want it because of the money or the status. And just like romantic relationships, people are hoping that you'll give up on your dreams and stay in a relationship when it's less than you deserve. So I think you're moving forward, you and all the people in your life that have the same dream as you do, and they're all staying balanced and loving themselves and looking at life from a higher perspective. Other people will want to try to stop you because they want to indulge in a relationship with you because you're loving and giving and warm and you're not petty and envious and jealous and competitive and all those things. And probably a lot of the people that they know that live life like they do are like that. And they don't want those people, but they don't want to change how they live their life. So basically, you'd be in a relationship with someone who's basically trying to sabotage you because they don't want to move forward from a foundation of love, because that would require them to get out of their ego, and that would require them to see life from a higher perspective and not make their life about looking like a shining star or being indulged in the center of attention in a relationship. So they would just sabotage the relationship anyway. So it's like, no, I'm not. You live your life and you go find people who are on the same page as you, and I'm going to go find people who are on the same page as me. So there you go, Gemini. I wish you peace, love, and joy. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.